So you've heard, and Fawad, you've heard as well, because I'm pretty sure you read news.
Yes,
Not like I do. I just skim through, bits of information. Porsche not going to make an electric 911. Do you think it's a smart idea for them to do that?
That's my favorite news. This is actually my favorite news in the car segment, guys.
Is it your favorite news? Because it sounds very, very bizarre. Why is everyone going electric, but Porsche's gone, nah, our best-selling model... Wait, is it their best-selling model?
Yeah, 911, of course.
Our best-selling model is not going to have an electric engine. Take that.
Yeah.
Did you also hear that the Ford Lightning successor might return? And I'm not talking about that all-electric thing. I'm talking about a proper street truck.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
what you would say. Yep. Yeah, well,
it's
a fast truck. Yep.
Well, we have a lot of fast trucks, right? What we don't have is a Porsche announcing that everything is not going to go electric.
Next time,
there's hope for humanity.
A rear-wheel drive BMW is announced. I'll just go.
Oh, I wasn't talking about Volvos, were I?
Those are exciting. Okay, those are fighting words that you're using here. Also, Fawad, before we get into everything, there's a new Alfa Romeo coming.
That's very interesting.
And it's beautiful. So Fawad, let's expand now on the topic of the Porsche 911, because I wanted to talk about Alfas, but I know we'll save the best till last. Porsche don't give me that look.
Porsche and Alfas.
You will like the Alfa Romeo.
Fair enough.
Okay, everyone will love the
Alfa
Alfa Romeo.
Cars, yeah,
because if you don't like an Alfa Romeo, you don't like cars. I'll put that down right now. Yes,
write it on paper.
Exactly. You don't like Alfas, you don't like cars.
You don't like cars.
Porsche have said that the 911 will not be electrified in any way, shape, or form. Does that mean we don't even get the BHEV or PHEV or hybrid system? Are we just going to get a flat-out ICE, flat six?
Yeah, well, it's always been a flat six, right?
So we're going to get that for the rest of our lives?
That's what I hope. Now, what I think about is that, you know how Porsches, they have these GT Cups and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And in one of the GT Cups, they've gone into synthetic fuel. I don't know if it's methanol or something else that they use, but I'm assuming if they are so sure that we're never going to go electric, they have some alternate idea to fuel, because they don't have like a reserve fuel tank. And, guys, we're going to use it for the 911s of the world. But I do think that this is the idea. They're going to go with some synthetic fuel. And I do hope that this is something that all car enthusiasts will go about, like all big brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini. Like Lamborghini has already gone electric, which is just like they gave up, okay, we'll go electric. That's it, let's go.
Now, it does seem very different, right? It seems very interesting as well, because everybody's going electric. Doesn't matter who it is. Of course, Porsche going electric as well. I'm pretty sure there's
some
a
electric
Cayenne
cars,
and a
yeah.
Macan coming out. The Taycan is electric.
Yeah.
Completely forgot about that. But the 911, right? You look at what Ford did with the Mustang, right? They went, okay, we're going to make an electric one, and you're going to like it. So we'll call it the Mustang, so that everybody knows that it's electric. No one's buying them, unfortunately. They're not even actually officially for sale here in the UAE yet.
Yeah.
We don't know when they're coming. They'll probably come eventually down the line, but no one's buying them. You don't see them. There's a couple for sale every now and then. I think I saw one on the road. I've never actually seen one besides that one.
How many car enthusiasts do you know that like a quiet engine? Do you guys know?
See?
Any of you will?
Silence.
Silence, exactly. That's what you don't want to hear when you're a car enthusiast.
I was thinking about this when you guys were talking about the 911 thing at the beginning, right?
Okay.
So how an engine works is it rushes air, basically, it combusts all this kind of stuff, and then there's the exhaust fumes that come out, right?
Exactly.
The exhaust fumes go out of the back of the car or via the side of it, via an exhaust, a silencer, whatever they're called. And those are tuned, obviously, at different pitches, right? They have different shapes to emanate different sounds.
Exactly, different mufflers.
An electric car doesn't make sound. So how are we going to channel sound out of it via an exhaust? Oh, we can replicate it, and then it sounds like a warped blender.
Speakers.
It's not the same. There's no essence. There's no satisfaction.
There's no feel of the car.
Exactly.
Like you feel the exhaust, and you know where your car is, where it's revving. But then with an electric car, I don't know.
You don't get that. You do get that insane acceleration. Like you put your foot down and you're across.
You're fair enough. That's fair enough. It is actually beautiful. It's actually it is actually like just like.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like a slingshot.
Like a slingshot. That's what I was saying.
Moving on from that, they're out. You know what? I'm gonna talk about the Alfa Romeo. I really want to talk about the Alfa Romeo because it is so beautiful. I will never own one because all 33 are sold.
33, that's what they're making. Only
That's
33.
it. 33 of them. They're all gone. They're all sold. No one could buy them. They're probably ludicrously expensive. I didn't see the actual price point for it. I could estimate it somewhere in the millions, but it's based off one of the most beautiful cars ever made.
Which is?
The Type 33. So you can see the
relevance between
Exactly. Of the 33 of them, those who have actually ordered them have a choice of engine. Guess what the choice is?
Please don't say electric.
Hey, that's one of the choices, amazingly enough. And the other one is a V6 twin turbo.
Oh.
But
hopefully all 33 are V6 twin turbos.
I have to say, this is probably the only time I've ever heard of a car that's being built and you can choose between an electric and
yeah, it's very different, right? It's like a totally different car. Like, yeah, so it's very impressive.
The car itself is based off the MC20, which is their new Halo car that Maserati has. Oh, Maserati has it? No, they don't. Maserati has it. Alfa has it. Alfa's based it off the Maserati. I'm getting my Italian manufacturers in a bit of a model. I'm just so excited to talk about this car. I love it.
I can see.
I really like this car. It's incredible. Again, if you don't like Alfas, you don't like cars. Besides that, though, it is gorgeous. But the limited availability is probably something that's going to make prices go all the way up to the ceiling. And like you said, how many of these cars are actually going to be ICEs and how many of them are going to be electric? I would assume a handful of them will be electric and some will be, a majority of them will probably be ICEs.
If it's half and half,
but
which will sell more.
Exactly. That's another thing I want to come to. How expensive are these things going to be when they hit the second-hand market? Because I guarantee you one is going to hit here. We're going to have one. And it's going to be on Dubizzle. And it's going to have a lot of zeros.
It's going to have a lot of zeros.
It's going to be like... So we'll have to feature that in an episode later on.
Fair enough.
Now, moving on to more fast cars, there is a new pickup truck coming, apparently from Ford. This is the successor to the Ford Lightning, not the F-150 that currently exists that you were telling me is all electric.
Yeah, that's what I thought, actually. When they said Lightning, I thought it was going to be electric, but you said it's going to be an ICE, huh?
So this is the thing, right? It's not known if the power source is ICE or electric. So we have to wait and see. Maybe it is a street performance truck that will be electric powered. Kind of think of it as a Raptor, but for the streets.
Or a TRX. I think that's why they're coming with it, because the TRX... But they had already the Raptor R, right?
Exactly. So this is more of a street version, because the TRX and the Raptor already are off-road variants. This is going to be a street truck, kind of like the GMC Cyclone. And I'm talking about the one from the 90s, not the current generation.
That's impressive.
Because that one sucks.
That's impressive, actually.
It is. And is there a market for this, though? That's the other question.
That's what we'll have to see, especially if it's electric.
I wanted to feature the SRT10 Ram. I couldn't find it because, of course, it's sold. I wanted to buy it. It got sold.
Before that, speaking of electric, there's a brand new Tesla Model 3, guys. There's the facelift on the Model 3.
Oh, yes.
Did you see the car?
I completely forgot about that.
It's very slick. Like, I love the headlights. I love the tail lights. It looks like a renewed Model S, actually. It doesn't look like the Model 3.
I like how we've gone from not liking electric cars to saying the Tesla Model 3 looks good.
Look, it's there.
And I agree with you. Because it actually looks really good. I love the slimmer headlights at the front. You said the tail lights have changed as well. It's a mild refresh. It's not a massive one, right?
Yeah, it's a facelift, that's the idea.
The only thing is what they could have done is they could have added some more range.
Yeah, it's still the same range. The 272 miles for the normal rear-wheel drive, and I think 330 for the all-wheel drive.
And I hope they don't put that silly steering wheel, with the bits that cut off the top. The yoke.
The yoke, and then you're like driving
I think we should change the Y to a J. And then have it like that, the joke steering wheel. No, honestly, I don't understand it. And I'm not sure if they're actually here.
Elon Musk will diss you now. He will mention you on Twitter.
Am I going to get cancelled on X?
Probably.
Yes. I never use my account anyway. But no, I've never actually seen one here, and I don't know actually if they're approved for driving here, because I think a steering wheel has to be circular. It has to be circular.
Steering wheel. Okay.
The steering wheel here has to be circular. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed. I've never seen one come up for sale.
Fair enough.
Even
I haven't
on
seen one as well.
So maybe we probably won't see them here, but they are available overseas.
But it only came on the Tesla Model S and the Model X, which are the new version, which they just started coming the year, right?
So that would mean that they would be on the 3 as well. If they're going on all the new ones, right?
The 3, no?
But they might do it now with a new shape, right? Or
you never know.
A refresh even.
The pictures I saw, it wasn't like that. It was a different steering wheel than an old one, but it's not the yoke.
Now, before we get to our spotted on Dubizzle, there is one new car, and they've actually launched here in the United Arab Emirates. I got my first-hand experience of them a couple of weeks ago. And they are called Exeed.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard about it.
So, do they exceed expectations? I would say yes. Yeah, honestly, I would. Starting price for the entry-level model is 82,900 dirhams. The cars are very luxurious, and the options that you get on a lot of them are pretty impressive. There's the TX, there's a VX, I think there's a TXL, and there's an RX. I think I might have got the TX wrong there. But there are a number of models available. There's got 4 models that are currently available.
But for 83,000 as a starting price, they're aiming for a high market, huh?
They are, but if you look at the options that they get, you get some really, really good ones. You get leather seats as standard.
Okay.
You have a digital dashboard plus the infotainment system that spreads across. So you've got that multi-screen setup.
Okay.
And you see that in higher end cars. And then in the lower spec model, you get just a single screen, or you have an analog screen or something like that, or just a smaller one somewhere there. In the Exeed, those are across the entire lineup.
Okay.
So you're getting 2 big screens.
Okay.
You're also getting an economical engine. I think
it's an ICE or an electric car?
ICE. And incredibly enough, one of them, and I think the smaller one that's a 1.5, will get you something to, I think it's like 17.9 kilometers to the litre.
Extremely efficient.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And also, one feature I really liked, and this was on a couple of models, was the running boards. So these are SUVs, but they're not like high SUVs, not like Patrols or Land Cruisers.
No,
they're
compact SUVs.
Yeah. Some are a bit bigger because they've got 7 seats, right?
Okay.
But a lot of them have electric running boards as an option that you can have. But the car isn't high enough off the ground to actually utilize it, but it makes getting into the car easier.
Okay.
I know. I can see you trying to work it out in your head.
I'm trying to see calculating if it's gonna reach the ground, and then you're stepping on it, and then it falls off.
It is kind of weird. I'll give you that, because when I stepped in for the first time, I kind of stepped up, and it felt like a really small step. You know that feeling when you kind of feel like, oh, I've missed a step, and you're like, ooh, like that. It's going upwards like that.
Okay.
But at least it's there, right? It's that convenience aspect.
But do you need it?
No, but it's a nice feature to have.
They want to justify the 83,000 starting point,
exactly.
No?
That's what I want to justify. But
man, it's bold from the Chinese to start at 83,000. Like, honestly, especially a new brand. Like, what's the brand called, you said?
Exeed.
Exeed. Okay, fair enough. The name is like to exceed expectations and stuff.
Exactly.
It's smart. But I don't know, like, what do you guys think? Like, a Chinese car that no one knows about it, starting at 83,000 dirhams, which is, you can get some Japanese cars in that price, right?
But you won't get the same options. And that's the thing. A lot of these Chinese cars are coming in with these.
And how much warranty are they giving with them?
They are giving 7 years warranty, 200,000 kilometers, and 2-year paint protection, which we were talking about this before. We've never seen that before here at all.
Paint protection, yeah.
It's not, we're not 100% sure what it covers. It could be scratch dents or the paint fading, because obviously with sun damage here, paint can fade quite fast.
Exactly. Do you think it's made for the GCC? Like this paint protection... I think it's made for the area here because of the sun.
It could be. It could be an extra thing that, they have that, you have that peace of mind in the back of your mind that you have, if the paint starts to go after 2 years or a year and a half, they will cover it for you, right?
Correct.
So it kind of, you have that extra sense of peace of mind. They see you, oh no, is my paint going to fade if I'm parking outside all the time? Wait, I've got an Exeed. I don't have to worry about it, do I?
No,
so I'm fine.
You're fine.
No need.
You're fine.
So for Spotted on Dubizzle,
yes,
we have found 2 cars as always.
Yeah.
I tried to find something really cool. There was going to be the SRT10 Ram, but it's sold. I wanted to buy it, but I knew that if I bought it, I'd blow the engine and the transmission with 1 hour of me owning it, because I can't drive stick properly anymore. So that's a big problem.
Everyone loves the F1 and F series pickups, right? So in the 1960s, it was called the F100, and that's what I found on Dubizzle, guys. It's an F100 1960 American specs with only 64,000 kilometers on the car. And the car is listed for 135,000 dirhams. It's very impressive.
I like the color on that too.
I love the color and the bed and everything in that. And it's just genuine, like it tells you where the history of the car came from. And it has a lot of history.
It looks absolutely wonderful. Let us know if you like classics down in the description below. Yeah. I'm going to go for something a bit newer, something that's a 2023 model. Again, it's weird, right? We were talking at the beginning and we were so against electrics, and as this episode has progressed, we've got more and more into electrics, and now I'm going to shatter the norm here. I chose a Rivian.
Oh.
Because I'll be honest, I really like these cars. They're not officially for sale here, but a number of them have started to surface over the past couple of months. They are really cool. I love the kind of shape of the headlights. They're this like massive oval.
Oval.
And then they've got these lights. It's very simple as well. But we've got the R1T. I haven't spotted an R1S yet. I think that's the SUV version. But they're really cool. But wow, they're expensive. They're $500,000 dirhams.
The ones that you found now?
Yeah, one of them is a little bit less.
And this is not just C specs, I'm assuming,
no,
right?
they're all US specs. So charging, I don't know how that works. You were saying that there might be a universal
There might be
plug.
universal, but
that makes a lot of sense, to be honest, if there's a universal
it should
one
be
here.
for $500,000 dirhams.
And now, on to the final segment. Our favourite part, or my favourite part, because we always manage to thump forward.
Yeah.
We've upped it from 5 to 6 to make it a bit more even. No, I'm just, it's just not, there's no manual.
We need more obscure cars in here.
No, less obscure cars. We need more rear-wheel drive BMWs.
More rear-wheel drive BMWs, exactly.
That's what we need, and that's how you win this final segment. And as always, you can go first.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully the Yubara Puma is back in here. Or whatever it's called.
What was that?
The Yubara Puma, or Ubichimia Puma. Puma, yeah. Always gone for a swim.
It's the same.
Okay.
It's Buck Mono Aerial Atom. Is that everything? All of this is the name?
Hang on a second. Can I see that? These are not the same car. These are two different cars.
So how are the producers put them in one car, huh?
Did he send two of them? Did he send two for the price of one? It's a good thing he left the company because I'd smack him if he was here.
He put this before he left?
100% he put this. These are his ideas.
This is revenge, huh?
Okay, so a BAC mono. Actually, both of these are basically street legal track cars. The Ariel Atom came out in like 2000.
I think I heard about the Ariel Atom, yeah.
So I'll tell you about the BAC mono. It is a single-seater track-focused car. It's a Cosworth-powered car.
Oof.
They were absolutely incredible. There was one for sale here for not too long ago. Yeah, there was.
Okay.
I've never seen one on the road, but I've seen one on the track. Tell me about the Ariel Atom then.
I don't know much about it. I just know that I think it's a street car as well.
It is, and again, it's so ludicrous. When you see it, you think, oh, they forgot to put the body panels on because the entire outside of the car is kind of exposed. And there are so many iterations of this. But the best part of it is they had really small engines. I think they had 4-cylinder engines at the beginning. Then they decided that's not enough. Let's put a V8 in it. And then when they did that, people went crazy. They had massive spoilers on the back of them. By the way, this is all from the factory as well. These cars were crazy. They were the best cars to drive in video games, though. I'll give them that. That was those things were awesome. Okay, so
I got two cars and I failed both of them.
That's okay.
Are they gonna consider 2 points or one?
Half a point. Oh, we've got one that's good for you here. We've got a Ford F-150 Harley Davidson. How cool would it be if it was a Ford F-150 that was powered by a motorcycle engine?
That would be cool.
A nice V4 underneath there. Wouldn't that be nice? A V4 engine.
V4 engine.
Yes, a V4 engine.
On a F-150.
So what this is a partnership between Ford and Harley Davidson. Yeah. They were mainly cosmetic changes. And I think in later years, they may have actually lost the license to this. And Harley actually went with a different brand. I think it was GM. Yeah. These are quite interesting.
Never seen one of them, by the way. I've seen them online and stuff like that, but I've never seen one in real life.
They're quite hard to tell, to be honest, because you have to really look quite closely.
Like just some logos and stuff like that. And
it's very, very small. Yeah. So I guess that's
Easter eggs.
I guess that's 3 points. Or was he trying to go for F-150 and then Harley Davidson?
Maybe.
That'd be 4 points. Your turn.
Oh, my turn. Lamborghini LM002. If I'm not mistaken, this is race in Le Mans. That's why it's called LM002. No?
Nope.
And I lose again.
This is the Lambo. This is the original Urus.
Really?
Yes. So
why it's called LM002 though?
Because back in the day, they just didn't care. It was, this is
so it's a concept car.
No, it's real. They really built them, and it was a V10 powered SUV. They called the Lambo because it was so big. It was 4 doors. It was actually even had a bed, so you can put stuff as a pickup truck. These things were like insane. No one really knew why Lamborghini built them.
Okay.
And it was so bizarre as to why they would build them around.
Did they actually sell?
Yeah, there weren't many.
There was 12 of them in the world.
Probably something like that. I think
12,
maybe like 112 of them ever made. They were so fascinating. Seriously, they're so fascinating, these cars. Okay. I wonder if the other one is going to be a luxury SUV. Well, but it's amazing to think. I want to know how many people out there would actually know that Lamborghini Urus is not the first SUV that Lamborghini built. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, no.
It is the first. It's not the
Never
first
seen
one.
it even online. Like, I've never seen anything about it.
I know there's a red one here. I think there's a yellow. I've seen one for sale pop up and on Dubizzle as well. Ooh, a Citroen. A Citroen CX. Man.
He's so happy. Look at him. It's like it's his day. Yay.
Citroen, man.
Oh, you don't know it?
I'm trying to think.
You've been bragging about Citroen. No, you're actually bragging about Alfas.
Citroen were. This has got to be some car that has a really bizarre steering wheel.
The king of obscure cars, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. He does not know this car. It's gone too obscure that he doesn't even know it.
I want to say that this. I'm thinking of the X7 in my head and the DS.
Yeah.
The CX. This has to be some ridiculous French car.
It is a ridiculous car.
Ridiculous looking steering wheel. It's probably like a circular thing with this massive thing at the bottom. And you steer it like that. You know what? I can't.
Just saying because it's Citroen.
I can't think at the top of my head what this one is, so I'm not going to count that at all.
All right.
You got me there. Citroen CX.
Well, I'm happy you didn't win. It's like I won, by the way. He's gonna beat himself on this one.
I'm really gonna beat myself.
Oh, Koenigsegg Gemera. Gemera, is it?
Gemera.
Yeah. I know the CCX. I think this is the version that came after the CCX from Koenigsegg. I'm not sure this is a street legal car.
You're wrong.
Is it?
This is
This
is their latest car that they built. It is a 4-seater Koenigsegg.
Okay.
With, take a wild guess what you think is under the bonnet or at the back of the car.
Mercedes.
Nope.
No?
Think of what the engine capacity could be and the amount of cylinders the car would have.
Don't tell me 16 cylinders.
No, man. Way too...
V16, W16.
Too far.
No, I was thinking about Bugatti, no?
It's a 4-seater car. Just have a wild guess how you think how many cylinders would be in a Koenigsegg.
8.
3!
What?
It has 3 cylinders. It's
half hybrid, right?
Yes.
Of course.
And it generates something ridiculous like 1,000 horsepower.
I'm not interested
The doors... Why are you not interested?
3 cylinders? Seriously?
It's a Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg. Yeah, Koenigsegg. What was the old one? The CCX was a proper Koenigsegg.
CCX, RA. You know, by the way, you were not wrong about one of them being a race car, not a street legal car. They actually built one.
But which one was it?
That was a CCXR.
CCXR, true.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, the final one. I have all the points in the bag. Have you ever heard of a Mercedes R63? Do you know what this is?
It's an SUV, right?
Close.
It's not a big full-size SUV. It's a mid-size SUV.
That would be more the ML size of thing.
Close to the ML. Yes. That's what I think. They made it boxier shape as well. The R. It was more boxy shape, close to the G, but not actually like the G, like a little bit different.
Would you believe me if I told you this was a minivan?
Minivan?
Yes.
Like the V-Class, you mean?
Do you remember the really ugly R-Class that they built for a couple of years? They built an R350, they built an R500, and I think they made an R200 at some point. And take a wild guess what engine is in this thing as well.
Obviously the 8 cylinders, 63 AMG, right?
A 6.2 litre engine in a minivan in one of the most ugliest cars ever built. And they did this. Mercedes what were they thinking when they built this? Seriously. And you know what's really cool is that a couple of these pop up for sale every now and then. I think there's a black one currently circulating. It's only $100,000. And for that, you essentially get a C63 that can take 7 people.
Not bad.
I think we should buy this. I think we should buy one.
Yes, no.
Yes, no. Why no? No, because it's a minivan. Yes, because the engine?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
exactly.
I got it. So that brings us to an end of the most obscure round of
it was the most obscure. I guessed 0 cars, guys. I actually guessed one of them. The one
Citroen CX. And still going to rack
and still one that you still didn't figure out, huh? King of obscure cars didn't find one.
It's going to have a stupid steering wheel, I guarantee that.
That's Citroen, man. All of them. Have you ever seen a Citroen without a stupid steering wheel?
It's true. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of In the Driver's Seat with Dubizzle. Make sure to comment down below if you know any of these obscure cars. And please tell me what Citroen CX is, because I, for some reason, completely forgot. I guess I'll figure it out after the cameras are turned off. But of course, comment down below what you think of this electric revolution. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Are you happy that Porsche not electrifying the 911? Or are you outraged that they are not doing it at all and they are so excited that they're going to continue on with a petrol power unit? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very long.